Welcome to a quick review of the movie Street Fighter. Today, in the first segment of a new series, we'll be taking a look at the movie as a standalone feature and as a part of the Street Fighter franchise. The Street Fighter movie has been universally panned by critics as one of the worst video game movies of all time, which is a hard category to be on top of. The movie has a very loose idea of adaptation, but that will be touched upon later. As a standalone movie, it takes on the same tone that the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie had taken about 4 years before.
Come from all over the world to stop him. If you're smart, you'll save your own ass.
General Bison, he's a bad guy. If you know this, then why do you serve him?
Because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron.
You got paid?
It also brings to mind the Adam West Batman series. The movie is very campy, and while it may not be the most technically inspiring movie of all time, it has many good qualities, especially its humor. The movie never takes itself too seriously, with the characters being more than willing to do ridiculous things while cracking one-liners. The movie also pulls a bunch of related and unrelated references to the outside world, such as Bison's control console being a pair of arcade sticks, and the Godzilla-esque fight scene between E. Honda and Zangief. The character of M. Bison, played by Raul Julia in his final role, really carries the movie as well. He pulls off a very convincing crazed psychopath and does a crazed look in his eye throughout the movie that is really something to see. But that doesn't stop some great moments as well, such as his plan to validate his Bison bucks.
£5 British. But that is the exchange rate the Bank of England will set once I've kidnapped their queen.
And his collection of near-identical hats. Another character that deserves a mention is Zangief, who consistently pulls out the funniest moments of the movie.
Quick, change the channel.
One real oddity of the movie is that Guile, played by Van Damme, steals the spotlight of the movie, as opposed to Ryu, as one may expect. Interestingly, Van Damme turned down the role of Cage in Mortal Kombat to take the role of Guile, despite Cage being based off of him. The movie follows a basic premise. All the nations of the world have teamed up to take down Bison. Almost every character up to Super Street Fighter 2 appears in the movie, including a character, Charlie, who would first become playable in Alpha. The movie even has some great action scenes, although they are relatively far apart until the final confrontation, which is a really special fight scene, even if it does get a little ridiculous. The movie does have some downfall. A lot of the acting isn't incredible, and the plot itself is rather generic, despite being pulled off well. It also changes a lot of the characters on the most basic level. There are also a few points of weird editing, including some random jump cuts and a confusing kick from the final confrontation. As a movie itself, it offers a lot of fun, laughs, and good action. Don't go in expecting it to be your favorite movie, but loosen up and expect a good time. In a world of bad video game movies, this one manages to be one of the best. But how is it as a video game adaptation? To say it's far off from the source material isn't an exaggeration. While the game follows a world-fighting tournament leading to a confrontation with an evil dictator, the movie is more about a global war against Bison. This is a minor change that is fleshed out more than the game's plot as it was in Super Street Fighter 2, the latest game at the time. The game puts twists on a few of the characters' origins to make them fit the tone of the movie, and even changes some characters' personalities. The biggest change in the movie is Ken and Ryu, whose name is constantly mispronounced as Ryu due to difficulty with pronunciation from the actor who played Ken. Ryu and Ken are always on the side of the allied nations, although at times the characters betray the other heroes and otherwise act selfishly, a notable change from the more serious attitude of the characters. The movie also focuses on Guile, as previously noted, probably to emphasize the military angle of the movie. Another notable change is Balrog, who is normally a villain, becoming a good character, joining E. Honda and Chun-Li's group, and both DJ and Zangief being on the side of M. Bison. Charlie, a character from Street Fighter Alpha, but is also mentioned in Street Fighter 2, is also combined with Blanka. This doesn't mean every character has been changed though. M. Bison, surprisingly, is almost entirely accurate to the games, besides trading his more magical powers for scientific enhancements, and Zangief, who despite being a comedy relief character, looks so close to his game counterpart that it almost looks like he jumped directly out of the game itself. As an adaptation, a direct matchup would have been almost impossible, especially at the time where the world of the game was less developed, and besides the glaring Ryu and Ken differences, manages to stick very close to the game itself. Even a casual Street Fighter fan may find some of the changes distracting, but the movie has plenty to enjoy even for fans of the series. It's also interesting to note that Street Fighter the movie may be the only movie based on a game to have a game based on it, that even includes Akuma, who doesn't appear in the movie, and Van Damme actually playing Guile's digitized actor. For fans of camp, fight scenes, and silly moments, the Street Fighter movie is a must-watch. For fans of the series, the movie may be worth watching just to see what may be the best Bison and Zangief that will ever exist. Street Fighter the movie is a fun camp fest of a movie and is definitely worth a watch.
Guess you didn't see that, did you?